DETV News is powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
Tonight, Delaware blocks Elon Musk's multi-billion-dollar payday, why the decision has CEOs rethinking where they do their business. Plus, big plans or big controversy. A $150 million expansion for Delaware's Legislative Hall sparks a heated debate. And after back-to-back disappointing seasons, Delaware State University shakes up its athletics department. Those stories and much more coming up tonight on DETV News. Good evening and welcome to this DETV News Brief for Wednesday, December 4th. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks for joining us this evening. Let's take a look at what's making headlines today across the first state. Wilmington landlord A.J. Picorni, long accused of neglecting rental properties, has been barred from operating as a landlord in Delaware and must pay $150,000 under a settlement with the state. The agreement reached with the Delaware Department of Justice stems from a 2022 incident where 27 North Adams Street apartments were condemned, displacing dozens of residents. Picorni also faces a $600,000 suspended judgment, including $125,000 designated for former tenants if he fails to comply. Attorney General Kathy Jennings called Picorni's actions, quote, egregious, and praised the settlement as a precedent for accountability.
So the fact that his businesses are being shut down completely in Delaware sends a loud and clear message that landlords need to be responsible for the safety of their tenants.
Picorni must sell all of his Delaware rental properties within 30 months or hire a management company. His buildings, long plagued by safety violations, remain vacant and fenced off. Staying in Wilmington now, lawmakers delayed a vote on short-term rental regulations after heated public debate. The proposed ordinance, spearheaded by outgoing councilmember Brigida Fields, sought to ease restrictions, removing a rule requiring owners to live on site. Critics, including councilmember Nathan Field, warned it could spark unchecked growth of short-term rentals in residential areas. Fields defended the measure, highlighting potential revenue from lodging taxes and fees. However, concerns over neighborhood disruption and enforcement challenges stalled progress. Fields vowed to revisit the issue next year, leaving the city's short-term rental market largely unregulated for right now. And the Delaware State Housing Authority has launched its Downtown Development Districts Rebate Program to encourage private investment in 12 districts, including Wilmington, Dover, and Milford, with $5.5 million in funding. The program supports projects ranging from $25,000 up to $350,000 and beyond. Applications for large projects are due by February 27th of next year, while smaller projects are accepted on a rolling basis. Additional incentives like tax credits are also available. You can visit DSHA's website for additional details. And the state fire marshal's office is investigating a house fire in Frederica that destroyed a two-story home early this morning. Firefighters arrived on Johnny Cake Landing Road around 1 a.m. to find flames shooting out the front and back of a home. The occupants luckily escaped safely and are receiving assistance from the Red Cross. Crews attempted an interior attack on the fire, but had to pull back and battled it from the outside instead. No injuries were reported here. And state police have arrested 2 people on felony gun and drug charges after a month-long investigation into illegal narcotics distribution. Detectives executed a search warrant at a home in Seaford. 37-year-old King Gray was seen leaving the home with a child and was stopped by police. A search revealed he was carrying 2 grams of crack cocaine and a stolen loaded handgun with an obliterated serial number, putting the child in immediate danger. Inside the home, which housed another child, detectives found more illegal drugs. 36-year-old Katie Dilworth was arrested as well. She faces drug and child endangerment charges and was released on her own recognizance. Gray, however, was charged with multiple firearm and drug felonies and remains jailed tonight on a $127,000 cash bond. State police are also investigating a strong-arm robbery that happened Monday evening at a Wawa in Bear. Police say shortly before 6 p.m., a man tried to grab cash from a victim that was using the ATM inside the Wawa on Pulaski Highway. Well, apparently a struggle followed, and the suspect ran off with some of the victim's money after a second altercation near the store's entrance. The victim was not injured. The suspect is described as a white male wearing light-colored clothing. Anyone with information about this incident is asked to contact either Delaware State Police or Delaware Crime Stoppers. And a Delaware judge has once again blocked Tesla CEO Elon Musk's controversial pay package, now worth an estimated $100 billion. That package, originally valued at $56 billion, includes over 300 million Tesla stock options and was approved by a supermajority of shareholders back in June. Judge Kathleen McCormick ruled that Tesla's board was improperly influenced by Musk and criticized the excessive compensation. Tesla plans to appeal the decision, calling it, quote, a Twilight Zone legal move. Musk reacted sharply on X, formerly known as Twitter, ruling it absolute corruption and accusing McCormick of being, quote, an activist judge. Major Tesla owners echoed Musk's criticism, arguing that judges should not overrule shareholder votes. The feeling has fueled broader business backlash, with some industry leaders suggesting startups should incorporate outside of Delaware to avoid similar legal challenges. Now we're going to pause with your headlines for a moment to take a look at the midweek forecast. Let's take a look.
DETV News Weather is brought to you by Real Life Prosthetics. Live life fully with Real Life Prosthetics. Your ability is our mission.
And continuing with more headlines tonight, Delmarva's offshore wind project cleared a major hurdle Tuesday. The U.S. Bureau of Ocean Energy Management approved U.S. wind construction and operations plan for its 3 planned wind farms off the Sussex County coast. The plan allows for up to 114 turbines, substations, and buried cables connecting to a new substation near the Indian River Power Plant. The project could also see wind power cables coming ashore under 3 R's Beach here in Delaware. U.S. Wind still needs permits from Delaware, Maryland, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers before construction begins, which could happen as early as 2025. The project aims to be the first offshore wind development in the Mid-Atlantic. Now, the town of Ocean City, along with multiple co-plaintiffs, filed a lawsuit back in October challenging the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management's approval process of U.S. Wind's proposed project. Ocean City's mayor said despite Tuesday's news, his confidence in the town's pending litigation is not shaken. He says, quote, it's not going to set us back. We're going to continue with the lawsuit. We continue to build allies joining us in opposition, end quote. And some marijuana advocates here in Delaware say Sussex County zoning regulations are making it quite difficult to open retail dispensaries. Jen Stark is the CEO of the Farm Dispensary, and she planned to expand her business to Sussex County, but was denied due to zoning rules. The county's ordinance prohibits marijuana shops within 3 miles of municipalities, schools, churches, rehab centers, or other dispensaries, leaving limited areas available for new stores. Zoe Patchell, she's the president of the Delaware Cannabis Advocacy Network, argued that the ordinance circumvents state law, which allows counties to regulate marijuana but not impose bans. A Sussex County representative says the ordinance aims to create buffers and noted that businesses can apply to rezone eligible properties. And Danielle Gibbs, Delaware's chief legal counsel under Governor John Carney for 8 years, has been appointed as a new magistrate for the Court of Chancery. Gibbs, who also served as Chief Deputy Attorney General, will be based in Wilmington but handle cases statewide. She joins Magistrate Christian Douglas Wright, who was appointed last month as part of efforts to address the court's growing workload. Chancellor Kathleen McCormick praised Gibbs as a stellar attorney with 16 years of chancery litigation experience, calling her an immediate asset to the court. To Dover now, where Legislative Hall is set for a $150 million expansion. Plans include a 350-space parking garage with an underground tunnel to the Capitol, new meeting rooms, and a relocated main entrance. Construction on the garage could begin in mid-2025 and finish by late 2026, with additional work continuing through 2028. Now, critics, including open government advocate John Flaherty, have called the project unnecessary and costly, citing the General Assembly's limited schedule. Others argue the funds should address urgent needs like education and housing. Richard Puffer, the chair of the committee overseeing this particular project, says the updates will improve public access to the legislative process. The next committee meeting is set for December 10th. For more information on how to attend that or tune in virtually, you can visit the State General Assembly's website. Just some sports news now. Delaware State University has announced the departure of head football coach Lee Hull after just 2 seasons. Hull's tenure resulted in a 2-21 record, including an 0-10 mark in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. DSU also announced athletic director Alicia Shields-Gadsden is leaving to pursue other opportunities. Shields-Gadsden, who has been with DSU Athletics since 2016, will be replaced by Tony Tucker, a senior associate vice president overseeing athletics. Hull was hired back in December of 2022 after a successful stint at Morgan State, but struggled to find similar success at DSU. The Hornets have now endured 12 consecutive losing seasons and haven't won a Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference since 2007. The search for a new coach comes as the team faces tough challenges ahead, including opening the 2025 season against FBS-bound Delaware. And before we sign off tonight, we're going to leave you with some scenes from the Christmas tree lighting yesterday evening here in Rodney Square in Wilmington. The public was encouraged to join in singing traditional holiday songs with live performances by host Martin Hargrove, Gateway Charter School's chorus, Disney princesses Elsa and Ariel, and more. Santa Claus and Rudolph, of course, stopped by with other winter characters from All That Shimmers. There was also free food for children, nutritional education, of course, some hot chocolate and face painting as well. Certainly sounds like a good time. Check out our video and we will see you tomorrow night. Good night. We don't talk about prostate cancer enough, and it's the most diagnosed form of cancer and the second most common cause of cancer death among Black men in both Delaware and the United States. Approximately 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, but just by asking your healthcare provider if you should get a screening could help you detect prostate cancer early and save your life. So let's talk about it. Talk to your healthcare provider today about a prostate cancer screening if you are 40 years of age or older, or have a family history of prostate cancer. If you don't have insurance or if your insurance doesn't pay for cancer screenings, Screening for Life may provide you with the screenings that you need, and Nurse Navigators make this process easier. To learn more, visit healthydelaware.org/prostate or call 211. Ask your healthcare provider about a prostate cancer screening, and you're asking for so much more.
My name is Jason Aviles, and I am the founder and owner of Fly Yogi, and I'm here to share with you some tips to be able to help fight opioid addiction. Opioid addiction is a real growing problem here in America, and I'm here to share with you some tips that you can be able to integrate into your everyday life to really fight against opioid addiction. One of the first things is redeveloping your mindset. One of the practices that I like to use daily is meditation. And what meditation does is it brings you clarity of mind, and it helps keep you grounded, and it improves your ability to make decisions that you are going to benefit from. A lot of the time we find that addiction is rooted in our mindset. It's rooted in how we think and how we perceive, and therefore how we act. So this is a really good way to help fight against that energy of addiction. The second thing is improving your lifestyle through diet and exercise. At the very root of addiction, there is substances within the body that's causing the addiction on a physical level. When we begin to introduce healthier foods, plant-based foods, we begin to remove and detox the substances that are in our body that's causing and attracting the addiction. So through incorporating more fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, and even drinking water on a daily basis, you're going to put your body in a state where it's going to be able to fight the root causes of these addictions. The second part is exercise. Exercise is good for mood. It's good for energy. It's good to increase vitality. It's good to get your heart pumping and get your blood flowing and get oxygen moving throughout the body. So through engaging in physical exercise, complemented by incorporating healthier foods, you're putting your body and your mind in a state where it does not want what's causing these things that are manifesting negatively in your life. So addiction can really be decreased by just incorporating a healthier lifestyle through diet and nutrition, exercise, and then also making sure that you're tackling the mind through mindset, through meditation.